Hey guys, Dean here with Dean on Doors. I'm a property manager in the Seattle area, and here I'm going to show you best practices, share some tips and advice on how to be the successful landlord that you want to be. Let's go. So today I want to talk about a very important topic, renter's insurance. And I feel that it's so important that it is not just a good idea for the tenants to have a renter's insurance policy, but it is something that I have required of my tenants to have as part of the lease. So part of the agreement that they enter into will require that they carry a policy, a renter's insurance policy, and the policy must be for at least $100,000, and the policy will list myself as an interested party, the landlord, so that way the landlord is actually notified of any changes to the policy, any renewals, and any lapses in coverage. I will be notified as an interested party. So the renter's insurance policy is required at the initial entering of the lease, into the lease. And I, in fact, make it a requirement that they purchase their renter's insurance prior to move-in day, so that by the time they move in, they're covered. And a lot of tenants, first-time tenants that are just moving out of their parents' home, they may not understand the need for renter's insurance, so requiring it makes them make the right decision. It forces them to make a wise decision, because we've seen too many times tenants who experience a catastrophe in their unit, whether it's a fire in the kitchen, whether it's a plumbing issue where the unit is flooded. We've seen damage to the unit where the tenants with no coverage were left with all their items destroyed. They've had to move out because the unit was not safe to continue to occupy, and they have got nothing except going back to their parents' home. On the flip side, we've had tenants with coverage who had the same catastrophes, who were able to get all their items paid for, clothes, furniture, electronics, TVs, computers, all those personal items, and coverage for hotel stay for the first, several days or a week when they're trying to figure out where they're going next. They've got hotel coverage. They also have coverage. A lot of the policies will include a one-time sum. Commonly, I've seen like $2,000, where they can get that money and put that towards moving costs somewhere else. So they get money in their hands. They get the items replaced, and it's easier for everybody. Because as a landlord, if you don't require it and your tenants don't have that coverage, being a good landlord that you are, you're going to feel bad, because people will be looking for a safe place to go after the fire or after the flood, and you're going to feel bad because you won't have a place to send them. You won't have another unit possibly to put them into, and you're going to feel bad for them. This way they'll have the coverage. They'll also have coverage to cover the loss or the damage liability to you as the landlord or as the owner. And so it's a win-win for everybody. And the price range for renter's insurance, it's really just a couple cups of coffee. Maybe I've seen it as low as $5 a month on online insurance companies like lemonade.com. But usually if we tell tenants is to contact their existing policy that they have with, for example, with their car, and just ask about renter's insurance with the same folks that they already purchased insurance from. And I've usually see it in the $15 to $20 range. I think nationally the average cost of renter's insurance ranges from $10 to $30, depending on your state. So it's kind of a no-brainer, and I would not leave it as an option for my tenants. I would make it a requirement, because they just don't know what they don't know. Now, what I'm sharing with you is what I do in my practice. Check with your state and your attorney regarding the things you can and can't require in your lease, and make sure that everything is up to speed, because we know that you're trying to do everything correctly and be an amazing landlord and get the word out that landlords are not evil people. They're here to provide quality service and quality all around and give your tenants great value. So go ahead and do that wherever you live.